guys, welcome to Live Tutelage. Now in this session we will be discussing of something called functions. Okay, so what is a function? Function is nothing but, it is nothing but a collection of set of statements. I can say it is nothing but collection of set of statements which performs some kind of operation, right? And the declaration of the function will be as follows: function name followed with open and closed bracket, and open with open brace, and end with an end brace. Now here you will write all the set of statements here. What does the function will do? So when you talk about the function, there are two things. One is the function declaration part, which is nothing but how to define a function. The other is calling of a function. Calling of function. That means when this function should be executed, when this function should be operated. So the calling of the function will be always done in the main method. Calling of a function will be always done in the main method. And how you call a function? You call a function with the help of the function name. So followed with open and closed brace and followed with a semicolon. So this is how you can call the function. Okay. So what is the use of the function then? So the use of the function will be, the first is the reusability, and second is it is in a good reading form. So when you have some 100 lines of a code, and if you write it in group wise or block wise, which is in a good readable form. And for example, and I want to repeat the same set of lines again and again in my program, I can just call the function in my main method. I can simply just call the function in the main method. So this calling of a function, I can do it for 100 times or 1000 times or how many times we wish, rather than retyping all the instructions, isn't it? So if I have some 100 lines inside of a function and I want to execute it in 10 times, see, I'm just, rather than writing the same 100 lines into 10, so which is nothing but your 1000 line of code will be replaced by 10 line of a calling statement of your function call. So that is the advantage of your functions. Okay, now let us run our C program and see how it happens in the C program. So let us take an example of a C and we'll discuss how to run it through the C program. Okay, so here, the example here in our C editor. So for example, I want to add two numbers. Okay, I want to add two numbers. Say for example, it is A and B. Okay, and I will assign the values for that also. This is for 10 and this is something like 1. Right, now I am just printing the statement. So the addition, which is an addition. So I am just using the tab again for our reading form, right? Spacing converters or spacing operators, tab and new line. Okay, I have already discussed in our previous sessions. So, and your percentile B for your printing the integer value, and this is your address. Right? Now you just run the program and just check what happens. Now if you run it, yes, you can find out the addition is 30, right? This is working fine. So it is printing A plus B, which is 30. Now what I am doing is, I am just representing these two lines of code by just giving a name. By just giving a name called void addition. Right? I have already given you the definition of a function should be like this. So with open brace and closed brace, write the set of statements here, right? And calling when this function should be invoked, I am just calling in the main function. Just give the function name followed with a semicolon, right? Now you just run your program and just see the result. It's the same result as appeared, addition and 30, right? But what is the difference between the previous one and the latest one? Now in our previous one, let me put this in comments. So in the previous one, what happens? If you want to execute the same statements again and again, right? execute the same statements again and again. So if I print it again, I want the same action to be performed twice and thrice. When I try to run it, you will get an error. See? So what is the error here? So you can find out definition of B was here, previous definition of A was here. That means you cannot redeclare the same variables again and again. So what you have to do, you have to give other variables here, right? And you have to change the values here, like C plus E. Now you run your program, it works fine. See addition 30 action. So what if imagine I need to print this for 5 times. So I need to create 1, 2, 3, 4 like that 5 into 2, 10 variables at a time, right? So creation of the variables will much more and more variables will occupy much space in the memory, right? And also, see if you want to display this 10 times, I have to repeat the 2 lines of code 10 times, which looks tedious and which is not a nice readable form. And also I have to include my variables. So to overcome this for reusability, what we are doing is, so for the same kind of operation, so I am just putting this in comment. So we know how to use the comment line in our previous session. Please go through my previous sessions. And now I am just removing this. Now here, just see here. Now I want the same action to be performed thrice. So what I will do, I just will call my function simply 3 times. Right? So now let me run the program and we can observe the result here 3 times the result is displayed. So if I want to do it for 50 times, yes, I can just go ahead for 50 times, or even I can use my for loop, and with the looping statement I can just call my function how many times I want. It is nothing but reusability. See, I am not redeclaring the variables here. So only the function definition, whatever the statements to be repeated again and again, I put it in a block, and that block is known as a function. The function should be given a name with followed, open and closed. And void, what is a void? Is a keyword that means that the function is not returning any value to the main. That is why you are using void. So if you use any kind of data type here, int or char or float, some value is returning to the main. The meaning for that is it is returning some value to the main. Okay, so the calling of the function will be in the main. Just give the function name followed with open and close bracket semicolon. How many times you want to call? You can go ahead. So that is the main feature of the functions in our C programming language. So don't forget to follow my next sessions, because there are different types of functions. This is a normal declaration of the function. You have other type of a function where you can pass some parameters here. So you can pass some parameters here and you can work it, or you can even pass the values from the main to this function. Here if you observe, I have given the values in the function itself. You can even pass the values from the main to your function and you can do the value. And you can even pass the result. Here you are just displaying the result of FSB here. Even I can display my result in the main and I can see what happens. So those are the different types of the functions. So I'll be covering in my next sessions. So this is about a normal